What's going on for Pisces for November? Interesting. Very interesting. We've got Devil in reverse and Ace of Coins in reverse. I'm seeing the stars here, and I'm really kind of seeing that it's the same star. Tower. Wow, major energies here for November. And Death. Okay, it's all complete. We've got Devil, Tower, and Death. And there's this hidden Ace of Coins in reverse. You know, I know it's cliche to say, but when one door closes, a window opens. How's that work? I mean, something's getting torn apart with Death and with Tower and with Devil. Something is definitely shaking some foundations, Pisces, and coming to an end. But in that end is the seed of this new beginning. Both the Death card and the Ace of Coins speak to that. So I'm just going to lay out the rest of the cards here. Very interesting. It's almost like something's dying, crumbling, and there's the seed of the new beginning within it. Very interesting. Okay, so then middle of the month, we've got Two of Wands, followed by Wheel in reverse. Gosh, something's changing big time, Pisces. Ten of Wands in reverse. Ace of Wands in reverse. Two aces. So there's the seeds of a new beginning here in something made. I'm almost seeing like cataclysmic change for you in November. World. Look at all these major arcana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of your cards. But I also see a lot of blue energy here, so it's really clear thinking. Let's see what else is coming up. King of Swords in reverse. Page of Wands in reverse. And Seven of Wands in reverse. Okay, Pisces, something big is coming to an end. You're releasing something big time. And the reason I'm saying that is because you've got the World here, especially around the new moon. Interestingly enough, because new moons are usually about new beginnings. You're actually giving birth to something too. Look at this wheel, the wreath here, and this wheel here. It's really like a cycle is ending and a new cycle is beginning, but you may have fear, doubt, or resistance to this new cycle coming in. This aces are always new beginnings, and you have two of them here. That's double energy. But when they're in reverse, it kind of can mean that there's fear, doubt, or resistance to allowing this new beginning in. Usually, when you have a desire for something, that's what creates this coming in, the new beginning. This is new energy, new vitality, new passion, new desire. You know, Ace of Wands is a very desire-centered card. And Ace of Coins is about receiving. The universe is trying to hand you something. This is the active element, and this is the receiving element. This is fire energy. This is earth energy. And I'm really getting that you're going to be passing through a portal here in November. I'm getting that from this garden arch, walking into your new life, if you can allow that. And also with this world, you know, it's like passing through a portal. It's like you've completed a stage here, Pisces. This is success, victory. This is the final card of the major arcana. And this is coming to some completion point. And you are showing up as being supported from all directions, feeling free. You know, these are the four directions of the zodiac. This is Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo, and Taurus. And you're coming, I'm almost getting to a completion and a new birth right around this new moon. So you're being taken into this higher level of learning, almost like a new classroom of life. Again, that sounds really trite, but with the focus being on the new moon in your 9th house of higher learning, you're really being like elevated to a new level, sort of like you completed the old stage and now you're ready for the new classroom, and you feel very free and supported. This is you, Pisces. And I see it's like dancing in the celestial sphere. It's being supported from all directions, feeling free, feeling open, It's almost like being ready to be fool again, because that's the next card that comes after this. But there's some fear or resistance to this change. And I'm really getting that from the middle of the month here with this wheel in reverse, as well as, you know, this devil card has got you gripped. This can be, devil in reverse can be obsession. It can be tremendous fear. It's really, what it's doing is it's bringing up all the shadow aspects. And this is really interesting with Scorpio, with Jupiter and Scorpio. And that's in your 9th house too, of higher learning. I'm really getting the sense that you're being confronted with a lot of shadow aspects, which is Scorpionic energy. I know this is kind of funny, but I'm kind of getting the sense of, you know how when Luke Skywalker in Star Wars goes into the forest to confront his shadow self? That's what I'm getting. And it's really because he needs to go through that. Jung talks about this, confronting our shadow self, in order to getting to the next level of awareness, of consciousness, of development. In order for you to receive this new beginning, you kind of have to purge. You see how these stars are it's the same star, Pisces, but it's just in a different orientation. This is when we allow our shadow sides to dominate, and it's very fear-based. The devil is about giving your power away to something else, not believing in your own strength. It's giving your power away to things that end up controlling you. So this can be like addiction, obsession, fear, anything that has to do where you're giving your own power away. And that's what is depicted in this card, is that this figure, this shadowy figure, gets more of our attention than the truth that stands behind him. And we can get lost in the details. This little scarab or bug or fly, you know, it's like something that's constantly at us, monkey on our back, you know, consuming our attention. And when we're able to transform that, this is sort of like the dark, shadowy night. When we transform that and integrate it, confront the shadow self, this is what's waiting for us. A new lifestyle, new life, you know, a portal to this new garden that we get to receive this gift. So there's a real opportunity to be transformed, Pisces, and it's going to be a real gift, but you have to work through. You have all these major arcana surrounding it in reverse. You have some real fear of change to work through in order to get this. All of these are in reverse, which shows fear, doubt, or resistance. It's really bringing up a lot to you to receive this coin, to receive this new life, this new beginning. And it may tear down some old structures for you that you don't see coming, that may come from places that you've kind of requested on a soul level, but not necessarily on a conscious level. So this may be terrifying for you, but yet it's necessary, and it's actually what you've chosen on a certain level. The fact that you have death here in this upright position tells me that you actually are ready to let this old cycle go. And within, you know, how this echoes with this card here, with Ace of Coins, is that you recognize on some level that the seeds of the new beginning come from letting go of this old. You know, the rose, again, here's all the cliches, but they're apt. So the rose needs to be cut in order to harvest the seeds that begin the new beginning. And on some level, you're ready for this. You're accepting of this because death is showing up in the upright position. You're ready to let go of what is old, the old cycle, what is no longer alive, what is no longer serving you. This is a beautiful rose, but the end of its life has come, and the only way into new life is to cut and sever this old rose. And that's how you allow this in. But there is a certain amount of fear, doubt, resistance, delay, shadow aspects that you are going to have to push through, Pisces, in order to get to that. I get the sense you're ready with death here, but you're going to need to be ready for your world to change. The old structures are no longer going to be serving you. And you're going to have to confront some real fears here and some shadow parts of yourself, beliefs that are not real may come to the surface to be dealt with. And I mean, that's why wheel here is in reverse too. You're kind of saying, God, I don't know if I feel like I'm ready. In some ways, this feeling of all of these together really reminds me of like going on a roller coaster ride willingly. But being at that moment where you've climbed to the top and it's about to take that drop and you're saying, no, I've changed my mind. I don't want to do this. I'm afraid, but you're already on that path. So you may as well surrender. That's another card for death. I mean, another word for the death card is surrender and release and enjoy it and receive the gift that is there. Is really what I'm getting. This is really something that you have called to you, this new beginning, to aces. You know, aces are always beginning, but it feels terrifying and it may even feel like hard work. But you have chosen this, and this is really going to, by the end of November, it may feel like a new birth. And there's a lot of, see all the blue backgrounds here, Pisces? This is really clear thinking. Even though, like, most of this is in reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Half of the cards are in reverse. So that's, again, speaking to the fear, the doubt, the resistance. It's like going online and ordering something, and then when it comes to your house, you're saying, I can't believe I ordered that. I can't believe it's here. I can't believe, like, it's just like there's something that you're telling yourself you're not ready for it, but you know that you are. You know that you've kind of asked for it. You've acknowledged that this thing has been dying for a while, and you need to push through to become that Jedi Knight. That Luke Skywalker doesn't get to the next level without confronting this shadow and without letting go of what he thinks serves him. If that makes any sense. Tower can be a lot like the tools in your tool belt that you constantly go back to, and they're no longer there. You have to rely on new tools. I know I'm using a lot of Star Wars references here, but it's also like when Obi-Wan, and please forgive me, I know this is kind of silly, but when Obi-Wan gives Luke the helmet and says, don't rely on your vision, rely on, your inner knowing. And Luke is like, how do I do that? But when he does, he goes to a whole nother level of understanding. So you may have to let go of what's comforting, what's supportive, what has felt like your stability and your rock. But it's also releasing you to, these blue skies, this sense of freedom, this sense of support from the whole, all corners of the universe and this new birth. So Pisces, have faith. Another thing that's going on head to head with this fear and shadow and resistance, giving your power away. Middle of the month is taking your power back. And this is what leads you to world, by the way, this is 2 wands, which has to do with claiming your own personal power. It's boldness, it's capability, it's balance. This card's known as making fire and sending your ships out. It's feeling like you have the world in the palm of your hands, feeling like the world is your oyster. You can go anywhere you want, do anything you want. It's like complete belief in the self and feeling that sense of boldness, capability, power, personal authority. And by the way, you're getting help here. There's someone who is sort of coming into the frame who wants to help you with this, who's either handing you this pearl or wants to like help you with whatever your vision and your journey is. And that's what's also leading you to feeling free. So this line here is really a story of stop giving your power away to fears and beliefs that are not true and beliefs in something else that strips you from your power, and put it where it belongs, here in yourself, in your own capability, in your own dreams and your own goals and choices, and receiving help towards those, by the way. And I mean, that leads to such freedom that it really kind of gives you like a new birth. If you look at the difference between these two cards, this card is about bondage and being stuck and fearful and like tied. This card is about freedom and vitality and completion, self-realization, enlightenment, getting to that next level of understanding. There's a real evolution happening for you in November, and a lot of it, Pisces, has to do with your willingness to cut these cords, face fears, let go, and receive this new thing that's coming to you, this new life, running with it. I mean, Ace of Wands is about the baton, the person out front who is leading the parade with the baton, new energy, passion, enthusiasm, all those fire, motivation. And I also liken this card to the person who is in the race and running, and the active element in the race, the person who's holding the baton and carrying it and running the race. So this is like a passionate, beautiful new beginning that the world is trying to hand to you. But you have to face your own fears and release yourself from all this old beliefs in order to get to that point, Pisces. You have to really trust in yourself and your decision making, believe in your goals and your own capabilities, personal power, in order to align yourself with divine timing, because Wheel in Reverse can talk about trying to rush things forward or trying to delay things. It's not being in alignment with letting things evolve naturally as they will and as they do. So Wheel says, time changes all things. The seasons change. Time has its own natural course. But when it's in reverse, there's some sort of fear, doubt, or resistance, or even impatience towards allowing that thing to evolve naturally. And with these three in reverse, Ace of Coins, Wheel, and Knight of Swords, it's like you're not trusting the natural knowledge, wisdom of the universe to support this change. The natural changing of the seasons, the changing of the tides, time changing things as it will. This is telling me that you're either trying to delay it out of fear or you're trying to rush it. You're not allowing the natural timing to happen. So see if you can rely upon your own knowledge of your capabilities, your own decision making, your goals, your visions, your dreams, to surrender to the wheel happening as it will. It's happening anyway. Wheel is here. This is good luck. And it is divine timing, but don't resist it. Don't fear it. Don't doubt it. That's going to be a challenge for Pisces. But you're going to have to get on board with the wheel of time happening as it does, because for this ace to come in and for you to feel, here's another thing, for you to feel that this is a gift rather than a burden. These two cards are very different. You can see they both, you will have clear thinking. It's a clear day, it's a clear opportunity, but the difference between these two cards is this one is a gift that the world, the divine, the universe, God, however you look at it, is trying to hand to you. And all you have to do is open your hand to receive it. This means carrying more of the burden than is yours. This means feeling overwhelmed, feeling burdened, feeling like your back is going to break, feeling like you can do it no longer. Look at the difference between these two, Pisces. If you just put down what's unnecessary, if you put down what's not yours, and just let your enthusiasm, your passion, your drive, your vitality, your sort of desire to lead you this is so much easier. Receive this gift instead of weighing yourself down with burdens. And as you align yourself with time evolving as it's supposed to, or as it just does, instead of resisting it and fighting it tooth and nail, like go faster, go slower, it can be either one of these. So are you going to allow it to be a gift, or are you going to treat it like a burden? Are you going to carry more than your fair share of this, or are you going to just carry what's yours and run with it? It's a question.